I'm Kiera Morgan. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Coffee with Kiera. We're sponsored by The Human Being in Newport and Lincoln City. And today I'm excited to be here at the Family Promise headquarters in Lincoln City with Jessica, the executive director. Hi.
Hi. This is great. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. So Jessica, let's start off introducing you. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
So I'm Jessica Duranzo-Meyer, the Executive Director of Family Promise of Lincoln County. That's what I do.
Why we're here.
It's what I've done my whole career, actually. So I've been in homeless houseless services since it's 18 years, whatever the math is on that, every year that was, but it's been 18 years. I started off as a program generalist where I was checking out lockers at a day center, and then just kind of moved up from there. I've a couple of my big accomplishments is I was on the ground with the groundbreaking team for Tent City in Tacoma.
Ooh.
That was a huge undertaking, and I was a program manager there. And then the other one is I opened up the Salvation Army's first ever day center in the nation in Seattle, Washington, at I think it was St. James something. I can't remember the name of it now, but those are my two big accomplishments. And the Family Promise of Lincoln County is phenomenal. I was really excited when the opportunity came for me to apply, and then even more excited when I got hired.
So Family Promise started out working with churches.
Yes.
And housing families overnight at different churches. I believe, if memory serves, it was for a week at a time. But then things kind of, COVID happened and really shook the world. And we haven't heard much about Family Promise since then. Give us a little bit of background and tell us what you're doing now and if the program's still the same.
Yeah, so Family Promise, like you were saying, was on a rotational shelter model where they did go and take the families to the church in the evening. In the morning, they would pack up, come here, and then utilize the day center for job search, case management, all that kind of stuff, and a place for people to have respite. And then COVID hit, and then in response to kind of, the state pushing for Project Turnkey shelters and things like that, Northwest Coastal Housing had applied for it. There came Coastal Phoenix Rising. I wasn't the executive director at the time when that all went when it all went down, but it was a Project Turnkey shelter, and then there was an MOU that was written between Elizabeth Reyes, my predecessor, and Sheila Stiley with Northwest Coastal Housing that allotted 3 paid units for Family Promise in the shelter. So that means we manage our own wait list and we provide the case management to our families in the shelter. So currently that's still what's going on. Exciting things, the day center sits empty now. It's not utilized as much as it was in the past, and we have this amazing building. And
yeah, it's real quiet in here.
Yeah, it's too quiet, and that's the thing is that it's quiet, and this building, like I said, is underutilized. And so, as the executive director with the shelter experience, I really do think that my vision for Family Promise is to convert our day center into its own shelter. That would be able to serve 3 families, keeping it small so we don't burn out Cynthia, the family services manager. And so just keeping it small, keeping it real niche. We help families with children in the home, of course. That is our priority. And, we just have this beautiful space that it's like, we could do a shelter here. Why not? So that's one of my goals. We're just kind of at the very beginning of that. It's been a year now since I've been here, kind of understanding, how Family Promise works in the community and all that kind of stuff. To where now it's like, that's my goal for 2027 is, opening day 2027. So working on that this next year. Some things that are different. Well, for one, Family Promise we have 5 core programs, and a lot of people just know and understand our sheltering program. But underneath that, we have prevention services, so preventing people from, entering into the streets, evictions, all that to begin with. And that helps with, whether it's us who provide the rental assistance, if we have the funding, then we can provide rental assistance, utility assistance as types of things. If we don't have the funding, then it's more handoffs to our partnering agencies like CSC or Angels Anonymous. We also work with the school district through a EHOG grant, those kinds of things. And then we also have diversion. So diversion is, keeping people out of shelter. Good fiscal policy. It's a good way to get a family to leverage their own strengths and their own critical thinking skills on keeping them out of shelter. So whether that's if they're staying with a family or if it's even returning back home, we get a lot of calls from people who are like, "Hey, I'm going to move to the coast and we're looking for services," and I'm like,
"That's a great idea. Save your money."
Yeah. Like, do you know what it's like to live out here on the coast? And so, but people come here and they think that they're going to have it's going to be a great life, and it's hard, as you know, as I know. It's hard to find housing. It's hard to secure a job that isn't going to lay you off in the cold months. So keeping that in mind, we do offer support to families who want to return back home, whether that's a bus ticket or train, plane, gas cards. Again, all funding based if we have the funding for it. Right now, we are working on a grant to say a lot, but working on a grant to secure some funding to provide diversion services. And then we also have stabilization. So anybody who comes into our program who needs help, we want to stay connected to them because we want to end recidivism. Like, we don't want to just lower it. We want to eliminate it from our program completely. And that means that we stay connected to the families. We keep that door open. We check in. We continue with case management. We continue with continued financial education, continued tenancy education, those types of things that we offer here at Family Promise. And just making sure that they know that they're always welcome back and to always give us a call if they get into a rut. We're going to help them figure it out because keeping people in their homes is really super important. And then we also have housing. So our biggest change we made in 2025 was we secured a master leasing house. So we rent a home from a community member. It's a beautiful home, and shout out to the community member. I'll make sure you see this. We'll keep her anonymous though. But what started off as her, offering some donations turned into a beautiful partnership. And so we rent a 3-bedroom home, 1 bath, and we are able to, with grant assistance from Oregon Housing Reinitiative Fund, we are able to provide that home to a family for below market. And then they're provided full case management. It's transitional, so they get to stay with us for a year up to 2 years. The particular family we have in that home right now, goals are home ownership. So that's what we're working on. We're making sure they get their first time home buyers classes done. Budgeting is on, par, and all the things that they're wanting to do, we're there to help support. And then we have community services, which is donations. I mean, I'm telling you, I can't even tell you how many houses Cynthia and I have gotten a U-Haul truck for and emptied and brought furniture and stored it and played Jenga so many times to make sure that anybody in this county who needs a couch or needs a bed or clothing or diapers has that. And the diapers are the Kiwanis of Lincoln City. They run our a toy drive twice a year. I mean, not a toy drive, a diaper drive twice a year for us. And they keep us stocked up in diapers and wipes, which has been really great and really super helpful. So that's kind of it's these programs were always here, and they were utilized, but now we're trying to fund them each individually so that we can have anybody come in and we can just get the family on the right path.
So are you a lot like Samaritan House then?
Yeah. The Samaritan House is transitional living, right? Just that's their piece of the puzzle. We do work closely with Samaritan House to get our families, if they're in shelter, and if that's kind of going to be the best, option for them, they need extra support, then we'll send them to Samaritan House. Samaritan House does do a lot of the same things. I know about their program with their transitional living, but I don't think that they do other outside services, but I could be wrong. I'm sure if Juanita sees this, she will call me and correct me. So, and we love Juanita, and we love Lola, the executive director. She's they're great people. But we do work in partnership with them. But we are a little bit different,
So it's great that you mentioned Northwest Coastal Housing, Samaritan House. you have other partners that you work with?
Well, currently, we work with Helping Hands. So we don't just have the 3 units at Coastal Phoenix Rising. We also, all the families that go into Helping Hands are our families.
Okay.
Whether we refer them there or they get referred to us once they get there, we take care of all the families in Helping Hands. We also work closely with CSC. We work closely with Next Steps Mentoring, which helps with reunification of children after DHS, as removed children from the home. And then we work with everybody. And if I've forgotten somebody's name or an agency, I'm sorry, but we do. Also, Family Oceana Literacy.
Oh,
Right here, we met at at Giving Day, and so we're looking forward to partnering up with them. And yeah.
That's great. And Jessica, do you have any fundraisers or anything community oriented that you've got coming up that people need to know about?
Well, we're nonprofit and we need money. We always need money. And so we are launching Adopt a Family. And so our units at Coastal Phoenix Rising are expensive. It is $46,800 a year. And we get a lot of that funding through grants, community support, those types of things. But realistically, we would love to be able to garner more monthly donations. So people, and you can sign up by going to our website at familypromiseoflincolncounty.org. And there's a button right there that says donate. You can go click on that, and it has the option to donate once or give monthly. So we would love to see that grow, those monthly donations, which is friends of the family, and just kind of getting people to understand what it costs financially, emotionally, spiritually, all that kind of stuff to make this organization do what it does. But we do have March 7th will be our spring gala, and it will be held at the Beach Club. So the Beach Club has been phenomenal for us. They show up every single time their questions asked, and I come with crazy ideas. Carolyn is amazing, and she takes really good care of us. And so we have partnered up really closely with them, but that is where our gala will be, and that is going to also have a silent auction.
All right. Jessica, is there anything else you'd like to add as we're wrapping up?
I think I've talked enough. I do want to just say, for anybody who has ever given our organization any type of support, thank you. It is a lot. I have an amazing partner. Cynthia Brigham is my family services manager, case manager, second in command, bags, cans, all that kind of stuff. And this organization would not be able to do what it does without her. And so I'm really grateful for her and grateful to everybody in the community that has helped us and has supported me in the last year.
And let's give the website where people can get more information one more time.
Yeah, it's www.familypromiseoflincolncounty.org.
Wonderful.
And then also follow us on Facebook. So
that's standard, right?
Yeah. You would think that's the first thing I ask everybody. Are you following us on Facebook? Because I'm on there all the time. But yeah, and we're also looking for volunteers. If you're bored and you want to come help out and see what we're doing, come on down. We can definitely put people to work. So yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Jessica,
Thank you
so much for taking time to talk with us today on Coffee with Kiera, sponsored by The Human Being in Newport at 6th Street and Highway 101. In Lincoln City, they're at the north end of town on the west side of the highway by TLC Credit Union. Thanks for joining me on Coffee with Kiera. I'm Kiera Morgan.